LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, guys, let me go through this real quick. Killing time before UFC 202. Ready for it? But I want to really get back to this message. A long-time subscriber asked me this, and he said, Coach, I'm trying to holler at this particular female, man, and, how do I get her to like me? Well, I'm just going to tell you straight up, man, if that's your attitude, like you want to get her to like you, then either she going to like you or she won't, and that's just the way that is, man. Unfortunately, you can't get a person or trick a person into liking you. It's kind of like they either like you or they don't. But what has to happen is you got to kind of set the stage. You got to set a good breeding ground for them to actually want to like you, if you can understand what I mean. All right, there are 4 things in the world that people can freely talk about. That's family, occupation, recreation, and message. And I call it form. I'm not saying that this works for everybody. I'm just saying it works for me. So that's just, how it is. But it's called form. And, when I was out there, I pretty much forming people to death. But see, women can talk about these things freely, and they'll be more than likely to openly talk about them. And this is after you've gotten past the initiation stage, like, hey, how you doing, and all this stuff. See, that, okay? So you form them. What next after you form them? Because they're going to talk. See, I've always learned, in 10 Players News, they dropped a video about this, and I actually dropped this video before, but it's been a long time ago. So, I'm kind of like reiterating and putting this back out there. But when they're forming me, and after they're done telling me about themselves, after they're done, if they don't ask you a question about you, if they genuinely don't ask you anything about you, then it's time for you to go ahead and move on. Don't even entertain this person because they don't like you. They don't want nothing to do with you, okay? Listen, that's just the way that is, okay? Because, see, women, they have a unique telltale sign, okay? And this is one thing about a woman that I can tell you right now. They will always ask questions in men that they're interested in. They want to know personal stuff about you. Like they'll ask you, do you have kids? They'll ask you, have you ever been married? They'll ask you, where you work. They'll ask you stuff like that. That's a telltale sign for, yeah, I'm really interested in you. I want to know more about you. That's what it is, okay? And see, when you get to that point in the conversation, then I'm real brief with that stuff. I'm very brief. And after she asked me a question, then it's like I'm almost taking it away. I'm taking it back away, and I'm like, we'll talk at a later time. And, getting a phone number after that it's simple, man. Some people, they use the wrong technique, man. And they'll see somebody and they'll just come up and they say dumb stuff and try to get a phone number, and it don't work, man. See, after the form and after I've introduced myself, pretty much, man, they're going to ask you a question. I've never not had a person ask me a question about myself after they've told me about them. Because by the time they get through telling you that stuff, they're wondering, man, he really wants to know about me. He really wants to. I'm just saying, it's psychology. And the more a woman talks, and the more a woman talks to you, the more that she's going to actually have an affinity for you. That's just how it is. Now, you might be that outlier in the case, but it might don't apply to you. I mean, you might be that person, but it's never happened to me. I've always gotten, well, what do you do? Or they'll ask you like simple questions, but these are questions that, okay, I'm interested in you, okay? And then I'm real brief. I don't ask for their phone number. Basically, they almost give it to you. They really do. They give it to you. I don't ask. What I say is, I'll say something to the extent of, I got to go. When they ask me that one question, I'll tell them, and then I say, but I got to go. I really got to go. I got to be somewhere. Look here. I'm gonna call you later. Then they be like, okay. That's it. I mean, see, you didn't have to, hey, can I hear you? I don't ask for their number. I don't ask for a phone number. I just don't do it. I never do. Well, when I was out there, I didn't ask for no phone numbers. So, wow. They'll give it to you. They'll give you everything that you're looking for. All you got to do is ask the right questions, and then you got to learn how to be quiet. That's it. The longer you be quiet, the more that they're going to want to talk to you. It really sounds kind of crazy because you think that, you be having a conversation with them, and they would think that they having it, but they not really. They just talking to themselves. You just looking at them. And that's another thing, eye contact. God grief. Make eye contact with them jokers, man. Matter of fact, you look them right in their face. You look, man, I look at their eyes and look at their mouth. And they'll ask you, are you looking in my mouth? And, you just say, well, yeah, I am, And I'll say something real funny. You can say something serious. I take the funny route. I'll say, I'm just trying to see if your breath stink. Because it's kind of oxymoron. You can't see breath, and you can't see if it stink. You can only smell it. And so when you break that down, they start laughing. And then, too, getting them to laugh is another good thing. When they laughing, it's pretty much a wrap. It really is. You just don't have to mess it up. Don't stay there and start trying to talk about you. Man, leave. It's time to go. Okay, you got the phone number, go. It's just like in business, man. When people come into my gym, and I treat this like business, I'm telling you, you can do this, okay? I treat it like business. When new people come into my gym and they want me to work with them, I only ask them, what are your goals? With you coming to this gym, what are your goals? What do you hope to get? What do you hope to accomplish? That's all I ask. And then I don't say anything. They will talk to me, I kid you not, they'll talk to me for over 30 minutes about their goals. I ain't said a single thing. I'm sitting there, And then after it's all over, I say, well, you know what? I can help you. I only say 3, I can help you. That's 4 words. I can help you. That's all I say. And then they come back again and they sign up and they paying. I've never had a person really, one person said, well, your prices are just, you're too pricey, but that's the only one. But the rest of them that really, they can actually see that, oh, well, he really care. He really care whether or not I succeed or not. Okay. And then they sign up. It's the same model. Y'all can say, oh, man, you treat women like business. It's psychology. It's called Psychology 101. You can take the same plan that I use in my business and you can use it on a woman. And all you got to do is sit there and just be quiet. That's the only thing. All you learning how to do is just you learning how to shut your mouth. And the more you be quiet and the more that they're running their mouth, the more that they're going to want to talk to you again. It's common sense. Now, what if all of this don't work? Well, it just don't work. You see, that's the thing. It just don't work. Okay? And I think women outnumber us by about 5 to 1, 6 to 1. I don't know. It's a whole lot of women out there in the sea, man. You got to have this attitude. This ain't a game you running. It ain't any of that, man. It's just basically you're learning how to do an interview. It's what you're doing. And you're psychologically getting what you want. That's it. And you think about the end result. Yeah, you don't want to sit there for a half hour listening to, somebody talk about their life. Yeah, I don't like doing that. But at the end of the day, okay, I'll just walk out of there with their phone number. That's it. And then, dude, when you get past that and you're talking to her or you're going to call her, man, don't be so thirsty, dude. Don't be so quick to, hurry up and call the next day. Man, look, I used to let that thing play out by 5 days. I'm serious. That's how I did it. But you know what? After 5 days, they were expecting that phone call. Like, I'm so serious. And I would think, they'd be mad, but, actually I'm a busy person anyway. I'm real busy. And, they're thinking, dang, what is he doing that's just so busy? What is he doing that he can't call me? You see, that's how women think. That's just how it is. Okay? And I'm not being sexist and I don't want to offend any women because I know sometimes I do tend to offend women on this channel. I do. But I don't, I really and truly don't want to do that. But I've seen this psychologically. I've seen all this go down like this lots of times. But I tell you this, though. You'll get a lot more out of being yourself. A lot of times women not even attracted to looks sometimes. They're attracted to bravado. They're attracted to your bravado and your confidence, man. If you are coming in, you all nervous and you don't know how to talk, and man, they're going to shy away from that stuff, man, because they're going to think you ain't got a backbone, you're a pushover and you're a simp. That's what they're going to think. But if you go in there and you deep down be yourself and you really get in there with a general idea of just asking a question, that's it. Just learn how to ask questions and then learn how to be quiet. Ask a question, be quiet. And then you be as brief as you can about yourself, man. Be real brief. Because once she started asking about you, it's time to go. Because see, dude, a lot of times, man, it's just patience. A lot of people, man, they want the girl, they want to take her home, they want to do all this stuff to her the first time they meet them. And man, see, that ain't patience. You got to have patience, man. Because see, they got to grow to understand that you're a person who gonna listen. And that's just how that is. Women just want to talk. And I hope that helps you. I hope it helps you. I hope it's good advice. I hope you think so. But don't be something you're not. Don't act like if you ain't got a lot of money, you don't have a lot of money. Don't try to be a baller. Don't go spending a bunch of money that you ain't got. Okay, don't be buying her roses and flowers and candy and all that. Don't do that every day. Look, man, you can keep your money in your pocket. You can be yourself. And she'll appreciate that a lot more than every time you turn around, you simping, you at her knees with some flowers and some candy. And dude, it don't even take all that. You just got to be simple, man, and be who you are. And that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. What are you dudes waiting on? Subscribe. I'm done.